I set off at 5:30 in the early morning. Now I'm on the West Coast Highway. There's little traffic on the road. Maybe because it's Sunday today, truck drivers are all off duty. Today I have two destinations. The first one is Guanyn Seaside Resort. The second one is Huoyan Mountain. I plan to climb this famous mountain with Mr. Guanyn. This is Guanyn Seaside Resort. It was set in 1921 during Japanese colonial period. Overlooking giant windmills and expansive sand are characteristic of it. The sand seems like a huge sandbox for giant kids. People can have a good time observing creatures on the tidal flat. It is now 6:30. Although it's sunny, it's not hot. A few weeks ago, leaving X Park, I took my family here to watch sunset, but it was too late. We could only stand by the dark sea, watching the bright factory far away from us. That was my first time to be here, and that's exactly the reason why I'm here now, because I'm curious about how it looks in the daytime. It's adjacent to Caolei Dunes. This atmosphere is typical of the west coast of Taiwan, opposite to the lush, rocky, and much livelier east coast. But guess what? I very much favor this bleak scenery, different from most people's opinions. And I don't know why I'm so fascinated with this very bleak patch of Taiwan. Then at 7 a.m., I set off again, riding toward the Huoyan Mountain in Miaoli. Stopping for a traffic light, I know I'm in Hsinchu. West Coast Highway doesn't cover this city. I left the lonely highway number 61 in Tongxiao. I always do it in Yuanli, but because I'm too sleepy, I need to take a break or a nap in a convenience store. Actually, I slept for only 2.5 hours last night. These glass sliding doors are mimicking my eyelids. Here, the navigating system tells me to take Miaoli County Highway number 37, another way I've never ridden or driven on before. Nissan's factory in Sanyi. I set off at the public toilet, and this is the only one around this mountain range, so be sure to feel if nature is calling.
Hi everyone, this is Luman and this is Ganga. And beside us, that is highway number 1. Good. We are here now. Start from this way. Go to the top point of this mountain, and then we plan to walk around this mountain. Let's go. A security guard tower. Yes. but I'm not sure it is for corporations or the military. Two directions. I chose the left one because this is exactly what all those YouTubers told me. Because Mr. Gang is still over there taking a rest, and so since I have to wait for him, I just keep moving on, and I decide to climb to this baby hill. To have a bird's eye view. But it's a pity that today's air is not so clear. I have to be very careful because on the left side of me is a very steep cliff. I think there must be a grand view over there. Lovely. It seems that I'm on the surface of the Mars. Look at this. Since I was a child, whenever we passed this odd-looking mountain with a very odd name, we'll always cry out in the car, "Wow, Huoyan Mountain!" But we've never, none of us siblings, never tried to get into this mountain resting area and some gadgets for emergency. Wow, look at this. That is the old path. The half of the old path has collapsed. Let's move on.
Is the summit mark over there? No. Over there? No. Over there? No. Over there. No. Between an ascent and descent, the scenery is overlooked by me because I'm in so strong an expectation of getting to the summit mark. I should stop for a moment to enjoy every progress in my climbing journey, not just moving relentlessly toward the destination. And this reflection can be applied to the career. People take a rest here, chatting, drinking tea or coffee, or eating. I guess they must have got to the summit mark and then turned back to rest here, so the destination shouldn't be far away. I just keep moving. The summit mark of Huoyan Mountain. What's interesting about this trail is that the view at the summit mark is a little bit mundane comparing to the heavenly Grand Canyon. It takes only about 1 hour to get to the iconic scenery of this famous mountain trail, the Grand Canyon. It takes another 1 hour to get to the summit mark, so you can choose to just observe the view or to complete the whole hiking. We didn't walk around this mountain because Mr. Guanyn and his wife just donated blood before we met. He's really great, but he needs to take a rest. Luma's field trip. Thanks for watching. See you next time.